Hi, hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome everyone to Society for Community. Well, today we'll be tackling what is DIO actually. But welcome all the new members. All the new members who are just here, all the new subscribers for our YouTube channel. Welcome, everyone, and all those returning, subscribers. Also, welcome back. This is a learning platform where everyone gets to learn and we get to explain different concepts, all in under emerging industries, from the cryptocurrency to Forex to NFT to Metaverse to DIO. And today, our related topic is about DIO, which is Decentralized Autonomous Organization. So do not worry about maybe too difficult, but everything is easy until you get to understand it. So, and also let me know if you have any questions or you have any suggestion, you have anything that you need to understand. You can comment below and let us know how we can help you so you can also become better. We talked about a lot of people making money in all this industry. So let's use this platform together. Make sure you have all your questions answered. Make sure you have all the topics and you understand them. So we are here to simplify everything for you. So I'm just going to share my screen from here and we get started with our guide for today. So I hope everyone can now see my screen. So now today, under the DIO, since what I said is a decentralized autonomous organization, there are actually key takeaways that we're going to look at, especially the DIOs having a big moment in the blockchain, like decentralized. The minute you hear about the word decentralized, you must think of it as if like there are no central power, there is no government involved, there is no actually that hierarchy system, right? Everything is built on a blockchain, meaning that once it's on a blockchain, it becomes an open source, meaning everyone can be able to see it, everyone can be able to get all the information about it, its supplies, it's what is it all about, and all the records, right? So the good thing about the DIO is that it is community-driven code of ethics, meaning now here is a community built on a smart contract coding. So meaning that everything becomes, decentralized. Every member of the community, they become, they get to be in charge and also get to run the community together as they are holding, and all the transactions, since everything is on a smart contract, it is recorded on a blockchain. Blockchain, remember, it's a public ledger, guys. Blockchain is the store of data. So meaning all the information, once it's recorded on a blockchain, it cannot be deleted. It cannot be centralized. It becomes decentralized, right? Open source, guys. So now we move on to, there are several different DIO categories, each one suiting a different interest, whether it's investing, rather collecting art, or cultivating community and member projects via community funding, right? So most of, especially in crypto, guys, remember community is the most important thing, right? So that is why now communities, as they grow together, they can actually form decentralized autonomous organizations, which involves actually the community and giving power back into the hands of the community members, right? The DIOs, as decentralized as they are, they actually eliminate the need for central governing authority, right? Putting that back, or that power back to the community, or sharing that power together as a community, right? So meaning that, let's say, for example, we are into business together, right? You can think of companies like, let's say, companies like Facebook, companies like Amazon. Those are centralized companies, right? Because now you get to only the shareholders get to make the decisions around the company, and you as a community member, you don't get to be involved, you don't get to have a say, you don't get to vote. So now With the DAO, they're giving you that power back to the community, meaning now you have the right to vote. Anything that you would like to, any idea, you still have the right to participate and bring that idea on board. And as you're voting together with your community members, agreeing on particular goals, you can actually work together and make those decisions on board. So here we present the most important DIO categories so that you can start getting involved in this interesting development. So now the crypto community is convinced that DIOs are the next biggest thing in the blockchain. I couldn't actually agree less. I'm into it, guys. I'm into DIOs, and I believe that they are the biggest thing ever. And they're going to take over because now if you check most companies, they are still under that hierarchy structure where only the CEOs at the top, only the executives at the top are the ones who are making money. And everyone down there, they are just stuck below the line, and they don't get to actually arrive at the biggest point or the biggest goal. So now with the community, you are even, and the more dials that you have or that particular um, you know asset that you have, the more voting power you have. So we also go deeper into that, making you understand what do we mean in a deeper sense, all right? So I hope you'll be paying a close attention to this, and also you may be wondering what exactly is DIO and what types of DIOs are out there. So we have actually important DIO categories, and we're going to explain all of them. So now, what are DIOs? And it says the blockchain technology is innovative and exciting, right? So anyone using crypto, they're actually thrilled about blockchain as a whole, as a technology, as innovative as it is, right? And at its core lies a decentralized system that operates without a central authority, right? That is all what we need. I mean, we cannot always be at the central. The power be at the given to central, authorities only, right? At some point, we need to do our own thing. We need to be involved. We need to bring on board our skills and then be able to obtain something out of it, right? So that is where the DIO actually is taking you, right? So the good thing is, um, the good thing about DIO is that the blockchain apps span way beyond the finance, most recently being applied to decentralized and governance organizations. So, DIOs aren't subject to central top-down leadership by corporate leaders or other third-party decision makers. It actually eliminates that third party, right? There is no that corporate ladder where you have to be at the top in order for you to actually make a lot of money. So it kills that structure. It kills the hierarchy structure. So let's get real, guys. None of us likes to be told what to actually do as a shareholder, right? Especially when it comes to our hard-earned money. So now, as a community, we're working together, aligning your way into developing a community, into bringing growth in the community, and in that way, you're actually also, working, on your hard-earned money together as a community, giving ideas and growing together, getting that experience, right? So in the DIO, decisions are made from the ground up, right? And governed by a community, a group of awesome people like you and me, right? And this is what we're doing, right? So organized around a specific set of rules, all coded on a blockchain. So it's like me and you, and we also using what instead of involving the third party, we are actually, our idea is actually coded on a blockchain, right? And that's actually making it 100% transparent and also community driven. So it's very simple, guys. DIOs are a modern vision of online communities that happen to share one bank account. Yes, a lot of people usually say it's a community with a bank account and a blockchain. You see, So now, and where members can vote to decide how fast, I mean, how they can raise funds together and also distribute it amongst each other. And in contrast, critical decisions of today financial institutions like our banks, for example, uh, are taken at the top of the hierarchy, often passing through several tiers of leadership before reaching our personal financial affairs, which is very true, guys. Imagine the CEOs are at the top and now they're making decisions about your life and you are not even part of it, right? And now as they're making decisions and you know, those decisions passing through several leaderships as well before they can get to you. So, but imagine a community where they say, we are all even, we sit all together and we make decisions together and we vote all together to that decision. You see, so you get to be involved, you get to know what is done with your money, you get to see everything on a blockchain, right? Remember? So everyone can actually go take the address and then go to the blockchain, check all the transactions which are made, check everything about that particular diet, which is a very good thing because most companies they actually don't do that at all. We don't know the transactions for Facebook. We don't know. They don't even share any transaction fee with you. So, but with Dio, you get to share a lot of things together, right? Because you are involved together as a community. So that is where we are moving into, which is very good, guys. And that's why we say that the biggest thing ever. So very simply, um, in Dio, decisions are made. Okay, this one. Very simply, DIOs are a modern vision of online communities that happen to share one bank account and where members vote to decide how funds are raised and distributed. So we talked about that. And yeah, I think we are done from here. So we can just go and save our time. So DIOs stand strongly against the above principle. DIOs are formed so that the people who would normally be at the bottom of the funnel, you and me, finally have the shot at sitting at the board table. How good is that, guys? How good is that? All right. In short, the DIO, we are the VPs and we are the CEOs and we are the shareholders. Everyone is an executive body. Everyone is a CEO. Everyone is a VPS. So you are the vice president. You do the job. You get to sit on board. So as much we determine exactly what happens within our community by allowing an equal opportunity for voting, system. So that's what's good about. So now you can check this out, the dios, the principle of it. So everyone gets to be involved. No central power. We share power together. So power to that. Now, the different types of diodes, there are several types of diodes, all of which, you know, follow the community's best wishes. And whether your passion lies in sports, those who love sports, music, investing, or anything in between, the right diode will sort you out. So in particular, we also actually going to have different categories, under the diet development, where we get to those communities around the interest, because it's all about working together on one common goal. Because there are different types of diets. I know about some of other diets where they actually the community where they tell you, they actually they actually came together to actually decide on which NFTs are going to buy together. You see, so they go there, buy NFTs, and that's what they do. So remember, crowdfunding community die as well as a good project because with crowdfunding committee guy, what they do is a community of people who said, let's come together, guys. Through those COVID-19, we have seen, a lot of people didn't actually have a lot of money to, survive at that early stages, right? As many people lost their jobs, as many people lost, they were retrenched. A lot of things happened. So now they said, let's come together. How about we raise funds together? And as we raise funds together, we can raise funds for different things. We can raise funds, to take children to school. We can raise funds to do that and that. So now on top of that, it's not just only about raising funds together. There are also an educational platform actually, because they now help people understand, all this emerging industries. Like they also giving you bursaries actually to learn about the NFTs, to learn about the metaverse, to learn about the forex, to learn about crypto and many others. So now with crowdfunding community Dio, as long as you bought the crowdfunding community Dio or that particular asset, or it's digital asset, then you will be involved in the communities, everything. So you get to be participating in everything. So the good thing is they also that they also they're going to you're going to be running the platform whereby you will the community is backed up by different equities and utilities. When you talk about equity, meaning the cash generating asset, which is backed up by, property, logistics. So now also utilities. So now there'll be maintenance and where people can buy t-shirts, you see mentions and all those different. It's like they're giving people different opportunities to also play a role. So let's say now you're good in posters, you can always create posters and you get to be rewarded in crowdfunding community diets. That and that you can come with your skill and still be rewarded with crowdfunding community diets. So which is also a good thing. So now you need to check that out, and uh, so do not worry, I'm gonna drop all the links that you need for this. And let's go on and see the different types of the diets. So let us explore them together, different types of categories, and highlight some of the innovative projects using them. So now we have what we call the automated market maker, which is the protocol diodes. These are actually diodes which use the smart contract protocols to bring decentralized financial services to the user. You see, so MakerDAO is widely known to be the first ever protocol DAO, launching the DAI stablecoin and forever changing the DeFi as we know it. So currently, the MakerDAO project is one of the most successful and innovative apps on Ethereum, with almost 1,000 projects integrating DAI into their own unique app. So now this is actually a model across the entire crypto sphere, where the maker has been able to let anyone, actively take part in a global financial system and in a fully decentralized manner, So if that's not a big deal, you might have had some of other heavy hitters too, like SushiSwap, Uniswap, even Compound or ICE protocols. So these are actually decentralized exchanges that actually serve as a crypto exchanges aggregator, meaning they are actually constantly searching for the market liquidity from a bunch of different, decentralized exchanges. So in this way, traders receive lower token swap and rates than they could actually get to use just one single, decentralized exchanges. So with this decentralized exchanges, they rely on liquidity pools, all right? Fine. So we're going to also teach you more about the liquidity pool, how to add your liquidity, So there's liquidity pool funded by users who are rewarded if they add money to LP. So also with crowdfunding community Dio, as you add liquidity, you will be rewarded. So make sure you learn how you can add liquidity. So we'll also watch out for the next video, guys. Make sure you subscribe for this channel because we're going to explore different opportunities, how we can help to make money in the Dio space. So when you buy into decentralized exchanges native governance token, you get to participate in staking. So also crowdfunding community Dio, they reward you for staking. So when you stake, you'll be rewarded, and then you earn those rewards in the form of native tokens. So they'll be giving you, the tokens, for always taking. And what about the governance? And AMM diodes, which are automated market makers diodes, typically rely on a decentralized governance by awarding native governance tokens to anyone contributing to the LP. In turn, you get to use those tokens to participate in a network voting governance. So it's like when you have proof of staking, guys. When you stake this crowdfunding community DAO, when you remember you're creating what you call proof of staking. And when you have proof of staking, guys, um, is a proof to us that indeed you are actually staking and helping, helping the community by staking. So now you also be rewarded for that, and you also have the right to actually vote, right? So now also we have what you call the grant diodes. We saw crowdfunding community diodes have the grant diodes, guys. So one of the earliest user cases of diodes is the grant. In a grant diode, the community they actually donate funds into the grant pool and collectively vote on allocating and distributing funds. So the purpose of this diet is to fund innovative new DeFi projects with organizations submitting funding applications. So now the good thing about grant diets is that the whole purpose, guys, is to make sure that all those innovative projects that we have under the decentralized finance, they're actually given grants. So also, which is also one of the greatest things, guys, because the grant-based diodes are practical examples that decentralized communities are more flexible in funding distribution than the more traditional institutions. Remember, crowdfunding communities will raise funds. There are different, ideas in the community that people always have. You find that there are also we also want to help those people, make sure that we help them so that their innovative ideas may come into life, right? And that's how we also help them through the grant diet. So now IEV protocols is also one of the grant diodes. So it's the most well-known diode using the grant infrastructure to nurture and build its community of DeFi projects. So the IV is built around a lending pool ecosystem. So they actually, you know, they lend you some of the. Let's say you have bought some diodes, and now you don't have actually money to you need some grants or you need some funds. They actually lend you. They lend you, so which means that users can actually either lend their own funds or borrow from the lending pool instead. You see, so a neat benefit is that the committee members are constantly encouraged to view and vote on the projects they believe that most deserve funding. You see, so they have all those projects, and you actually vote to which project must be given the grant. Based on its protocol, what they are serving, and all everything like that. So we move on to what we call the social diet. So with the social diet, oh yeah, I still record it. With the social diet is that through the most diets have their own distinct community. Some are explicitly built to focus on a particular objective, such as preserving arts, culture, or pursuing projects aligned with their community values. You see, so Friends with Benefits, for example, they do have such innovative projects that actually take pride in leveraging their power on cultural membership. So the Friends with Benefits mission is to unify artists and cultural thinkers with shared values and incentives, allowing to network and collaborate via members and only events, right? So remember that it can be anything, can be a membership, can be a group of people as long as they have one common goal that they are actually working on. So, and of course, the community is governed by its friends with benefits social token. So what's interesting is that with all these values is that the value of tokens rises the better when the community does a whole, right? So and you find that as more people actually buy, and it doesn't actually rely on community, because our crowdfunding community, crowdfunding community, Dio, it doesn't rely on community in order for the price to go up, right? So yeah, community is one of those benefits when people buy or they demand the coin, but it doesn't actually depend only on the community members. They have the utility, they have the equity, they have the staking, they have the lending, and you know they have different ways on helping the price to always rise and increase. So now let's see other diodes. So we have what we call the collector diodes. So the collector diodes, one of the example we have is here the PISA diode, has been making big moves with acquiring cultural collectibles for its community, distributing ownership of various high-ticket digital assets equal among all community members. So its very first purchase was the notorious. There is only one copy in its existence, Wu-Tang Clan album. So once upon a time in Charlotte, a move that put this bio is on its headlines and simply on the map. So now let's see the picture. You can see here that it's the once upon the time Charlotte. So the more recently, Plisa also purchased the original Dutch Meme NFT for a cool 4 million, which wouldn't have been possible had its member not pulled the money together. So now it's all the power of the community, sacrificing and going along with the one common goal that they agreed upon from the beginning. So the uniqueness of what PISA offers lies in the dedication to the arts, right? The art collectors typically pool their funds together so that the community as a whole can invest in extravagant art collectibles, each member owning their fair share as a typical DAO. It doesn't have a central governing authority, and the network protocols are actually decided through opening the voting system. So they actually, are art collectibles, meaning that they go together, buy different arts. It can be NFTs, can be so they vote together, no deciding which one they're going to buy. So looking at the picture, the unique value proposition of Plisa Dio is that it actually lowers the barrier to NFT investment. You see, it let us dream bigger, allowing an entire blue ocean of people to experience digital art and be empowered by digital ownership. You see, so but yeah, I think it's also a good idea because now, let's say now you also already have a community and you're going to buy a particular NFT. You just go there together, buy it together. So that's how actually community grow together in the crypto market. Because remember in crypto, it won't survive without the community. So we still need a community, right? So ultimately, both the Friends with Benefit and PISA are passionate community-focused projects that remain vigilant about nurturing members' careers. This provides a medium for brand growth. Networking remains at the core of social dialogue. They bring fans and creators closer by organizing members-only events, which members can buy into owning each platform native token. So this brings new projects into fruition that might otherwise not have been realized without the support of the community. So keep in mind that the player also falls into the category of investment diode because now um, you talk about what's next. So the venture diets, also which are investment diets, this type of diet is where you dream big to attain impossible. So a tool designed to democratize investing. These diets actually often raise hundreds of millions of dollars, and thanks to the rising demand for owning a portfolio we couldn't typically invest in. So these are like venture capitalists, right? So they're just looking into, portfolio that they can actually own through raising hundreds of millions of dollars and making that dream a big a possibility. So now the millennials and the Gen Zers are like are most drawn to investment diets to make some extra cash. So if you're wondering how your 18-year-old neighbor bought that house next to yours, it could very well be thanks to the investment value. So, and while the traditional investment firms are alias and non-inclusive, investment values are transparent and inclusive, often open to anyone, anywhere, and also anytime. So, with the venture values, it actually lets people participate in unthinkable, like investing in entire NBA team if we want to. So let's say now we have a particular team that we know that we can actually go there and raise money, millions of money, and then have that team, pick up. So that's exactly what the other people are actually doing out there. So uh, this is also one of the examples here. The Fan Government Organization identifies itself as a community of hoop fanatics just cray enough to buy an NBA team. So if the Dyer is dedicated to basketball fans who share a single dream, bring the first fan-governed basketball team into the NBA. So it's all about a community having, um, a one common goal that actually they're working on. So now we have the other ones, which are media dials as well. And let's read here. It says it's no secret that media platforms follow a top-down structure, producing content aligning with central agenda. They are also paid for by advertisers, which makes you the reader or the product. Media Dio restructures this by allowing content to be driven by community, rewarding content creators in the native target and removing advertisers from the equation. You see, so instead of now writing a story and then looking for an advertiser who can advertise the story, for now the media buyers actually give you that platform to actually restructure your content and to driven your community. So now with that, you could also get to be rewarded by content creators. So we also have this guys. We also introduced you the social media early. And Ellie, was it Ellie last year or this year where we talked about BBS guys? And BBS is also a good community of social networks where we have driven members and like-minded members who actually understand the goal, who understand, who have goals that they want to achieve, and who motivate each other. Not just social media that actually talks about but they have a common goal to actually educate you, right? We have different emerging industries that we actually have evolved into. So you get to learn about the NFTs on that social media platform. You get to win competitions, and then be rewarded at NFT. So it's very important, guys, that you take advantage of these buyers before they get to be on the trend line. So also, we talked about the social media. Now we talked about the entertainment diet. So, have you ever had, or have you ever read a book or watched a movie and thought of to yourself, I would have changed the way that ended, or they should have written the story around a different character? Now you can, guys. You can. Yes, you can. Entertainment diodes, decentralized entertainment open up a whole new creative outlet for artists within all of us, right? We're each talented in our own way, and I can think of no outlet more inspiring than entertainment diode, where great minds come together, guys, and to make exciting and creative projects come to life. So now that's where we are actually hitting into. So for instance, the bot APH. So I hope you know about the bot APH. We talked about this on a previous thing. So these are also NFTs, guys. But with the bot APH Club is that the beloved NFT project has been developing its roadmap to include its very own DIO launch to complete with its own native governance token. Check out the roadmap below. Members will be able to vote on the creative decisions and collective executives and the executes expanding an already enormous $500 billion project. The ultimate reward would be bringing a new DeFi use case to what it yet slab with the possibility of thriving token economy. So that's what you're going to love about this community. But the fun is only just the beginning. So it hasn't actually been out there, guys. So you are the lucky ones. Whoever's listening today, you are the luckiest, luckiest, luckiest. So, of course, you have to make sure that you buy the crowdfunding community dials, you buy different social media dials, you buy the grants dials, you buy different categories, right? So, as we continue with this, guys, we also going to show you how you're going to buy, how to buy. I know you're new, you're wondering, how do I buy? What do I need before I get started? So we're going to show you how you can buy. So Dio what? The unique quality of Dio is that it provides a platform where they incentivize community members, the project, and all the individual members aligned. So now crowdfunding committee Dio is actually a collector Dio, meaning its function is actually collecting, especially the digital assets like buy not limited to NFTs, metaverse assets, the land membership, and that profit over time is actually used, to crowdfunding community buyers, and the profit used for buybacks, meaning we can still go to the market if there are available buyers that we need to buy. We have buyback strategy, and to add liquidity to both and the price of crowdfunding community buyers. I like now creating a project and then not having a particular strategy on how you're going to work out. So that's why most, projects you find that they created a coin and then they can rug pull it at any time because they don't actually have a longer term vision and they don't actually have strategies that they play along. So now the good thing is when you have good strategies along and when you have locked some of the coins as well, it becomes a good project because now you're actually proving to your community members that you are not selling anytime soon. You have locked the coins. That also improves the price of the coin as well. So it's also a VC, which is a venture capital dio. So now with the venture capital dio, guys, um, let me see here. So with the venture capital dio, so now let's continue on. Sorry for that. I wanted to share my screen from here. So let's go back to our screen where we were. So let me see. So there we are. So as I was saying that also our crowdfunding community diet is also a venture capital, meaning that we actually fund entrepreneurs and also invest in small and medium enterprises, and that profit is actually used for buybacks and also add liquidity to boost the price of crowdfunding community diet, right? Which is a good thing, guys. As I told you that the DIO must always have a vision, the long-term vision, what they're planning to, and also how they're going to actually help all the community members and also uh, make sure that the price is always increasing. So the fundraising DIO it's also fundraising for entrepreneurs and also for individuals as well. So remember what we said, the crowdfunding committee DIO is a collector DIO, it's a venture capital DIO, it's also a fundraising DIO, guys, and also what? A utility DIO. So now with the utility DIO, it's actually a payment method for products and services. So that there is too much usability in the community. You know, people can actually buy different things using as a payment method. You know, let's say we have a project where you know this entrepreneur mother who does t-shirts and different kinds of attires for crowdfunding community members. She also get to use this as payment method, and she also get to be rewarded for bringing her skill on board. So that is what I love about crowdfunding community diet. It also discounts and cashback membership. You see, so let's say now if you want to buy, the products around the crowdfunding community that you want to buy mentorship or membership, for example, you also get to be discounted on that. As soon as you're using it as a payment method, you get to be discounted. So now it's also an equity dial, right? An equity dial meaning, you acquire and own cash generating assets like property, Airbnb, the logistics, and logistics will mean the Uber, the Bolt, and other private shuttles as well. So the good thing with the property, we do understand that a lot of people can actually buy properties alone, right? Individually, it becomes difficult for a lot of people to actually acquire properties alone. So now with the crowdfunding community dial, with this equity dial, they get to actually, as a community, uh, buy properties together, community members, buy logistics together, and then as those properties, they can actually rent it out as B&B, and then they get to, create cash generating assets in that way, and also not forgetting this private shuttle, your Bolt, your Uber, and more. So guys, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Money is everywhere currently because now in this digital age, there are just plenty of opportunities. I always say that in the future, sorry about that. So let me resume. So I was saying knowledge is power, guys. I always say in the future, people will actually wake up and they would just wake up, do what they are capable of doing, or what they are passionate about doing, or what they love to do, and then they'll still be rewarded, in crowdfunding community side, as long as they are working on the growth of the community. So I hope you understand what is crowdfunding community dial. Put your questions together and not forgetting that the reason why we emphasize that education is power, knowledge is power, is that also this crowdfunding community dial is an educational dial, guys, meaning that you access you get access to workshops and to learn about the emerging industries, right? So now in this current market, guys, you need to know what is the financial market, how are the stocks, how are the currencies, how when we talk about commodities, what do we mean by commodities? How can you generate money through the forex market? You know, through buying the currencies, commodities, the stocks, and also understanding also because the good thing about crowdfunding community, they make sure that they under this educational diet, they make sure that they make you understand uh, how this forex market works, including the fundamentals, including the technical part. Because now you can't actually focus on the technical part and leaving out the fundamentals, right? So, but the ability to make them work together and to execute a trade at the end is the most, the power. So that they make you understand to the level, you know, that you become an advanced trader and starting from the basics they teach you like a grade R learner up to your level of understanding because they do have older parents, old mamas and papas who they actually teach about this forex market, and at the end of the day those people get to be able to understand and know where to put their money into. So not forgetting the crypto market, as crypto is always evolving, guys. So as it's always evolving, you always need a mentor to guide you through and make you understand. You know, when you first look for a crypto, what do you look for? What is it that you need to look for? And what is it that you need to understand first, so that you can also be confident as well. Go to the market confidently and still be able to notify which are good projects. Because all these crypto guys, they are trying to solve a particular problem. There are projects which are solving a particular problem. So you can actually buy all of them, so, but you must know the good projects that they are there. You need to know which one are high risk. You need to know which one are low risk. You need to know, you know, which one you can hold for long term and which one they are good for short term. So they make you understand all these things, you know, and still be able to give you alert on which project to buy under the metaverse, under the NFTs, also how you can stake, guys, because the decentralized finance market is also one of the best that they're good at. They teach you about the DeFi, how you can stake the crowdfunding community DAO and still make money out of the crowdfunding community DAO. So, guys, make sure that you become part of the community. Make sure you buy the crowdfunding community DAO. So, I'm just going to also, bring it to your attention that with the crowdfunding community DAO, it has done miracles for a lot of people, especially those who bought it while it was still cheaper. Because there are actually people who got into the project with only $15. How much is $15, guys? I think it's around 180 or 200 rand. But today, as we speak, their money is worth 25,000 rand, right? It's through the understanding. Some even they even came to me and say, I don't even understand what's going on. Should I still keep on holding or should I just sell? I told them that the project has a long way to go. You don't really need to sell. You can just hold. The good thing is you get rewarded for holding. You can stake your coins. Instead of holding your coins, you can just stake them so that they also work for you. You see? So we also be going to show you guys how you can, be successful into crypto market. How you can be successful in the DIO market. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share it so that knowledge can be transferable to everyone across the world. We still have a lot of people that we need to help. So our target is at least 1 million people by the end of this 2022. We must have helped those people, right? So that's how we fight, unemployment together. That is how we fight the lack of knowledge together. I mean, if you have a community that actually helps you learn together, then you can also become better, right? Because now, imagine now you only have a people or you call friends that actually focusing on only negative stuff. If you find that you can only meet them when you do that and that. So, but when you have a community of people that actually teach you how to make money and bring some of the things that you don't know to your awareness. You also get to be interested. What is this when they talk about blockchain? What is this when they talk about this? You do your research, you go do your research because they brought that awareness. You also need to know how it is done, right? So we are here, that's why we are doing this. So make sure you subscribe so that you get to get alerts for the new videos that we'll be doing. You get to get the alerts for the new information that we'll be bringing. So you don't want to miss it out. So guys, today I just told you, which project you can buy. So I hope in the next video I'll be teaching you those new beginners who don't know how to buy. So I'll be taking you through the whole process and making sure that you have all those portfolio is in good order. So now, congratulations, by the way, to everyone who got company community dial, because most of you made money, and this company community is actually going to generate or create a lot of millionaires. So those who haven't bought, it's still the right time for you to actually buy. So I hope we see you at the top, guys, because it's crowded at the bottom. So thank you for joining us, and we're going to be doing this uh, full time, and it's gonna be a norm for everyone. So make sure you subscribe. So thank you guys for joining us today, and we call it a day.